What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Premier League Career Mode. It is episode number 35, returns today with a brand new season. Fulham FA Cup winners finally got over that psychological hurdle to win our first thing to save, going back into the Champions League. With a budget this year, it's going to be massive. Oh my goodness, it is indeed! Of 218 million. We left 53 million in the budget last season. We knew it was going to improve on last season when we started off with around 120 mil. Bigger than I expected, but yeah, that's the massive budget we were looking for. So heading into the new season, let me clear this up first. Is that right? I think that's all in order there. I can't concentrate unless I know this is all in order here, so this has got to be done. First things first. Right, here's the team heading into Season 5. It is obviously unbelievable. The first 11 is fantastic. Of course, we ended the last episode talking about how our plans for this season is to strengthen our left side, no doubt about that. We did that last year by converting Kuto to right back and bringing in Jamie, who was sublime. But this year we're going from the right to the left, like we're defecting from the Tories to Labour. And anyone get that joke? Hope so. And I'd say looking at the team, really, I mean, it's a superstar we're looking for now. If we want to take the next step, which is to challenge for a Premier League title and maybe reach the final for Europe as well, we need a superstar. We love the young talent. We got great depth now with the players coming back from loan as well. But it's a superstar we're missing here to join Thijs Sterlinga as our main out-and-out superstar. So as you run through the team, Lance obviously keeps his potential to be special after back-to-back Golden Gloves here. I think Tavares is probably going to go as I'm going to look for a new left-back. We'll keep Sessegnon as we gave him a new contract last season. And he's a rating higher despite being the same age as well. But really, for departures, I don't think we need to sell anyone. I think Bobby Thomas might have played his final season for the club. Not getting any better now at 26 years old. Still got 2 years left in his deal. I like him as a squad centre-half, but how much is he really worth now that Ethan Pearce has come back from his loan spell? Trey, are we going to keep or sell? If he agrees a squad rotation role, I'll keep him. Otherwise, I might have to sell him because we know Jan Kuto's taking his place. Ben Sheaf, our first sign to save, he might go as well. So, yeah, we might see a few outgoings here with Fulham. But again, the most important thing is we go for a star on that left-hand side. That is my number one target for the new season. And there it is. I was waiting for it. You were waiting for it. We were all waiting for it. Nathan Mason, potential downgrade. We knew it was going to happen, man. 6 months out of the game last year with back-to-back broken toes. Nathan, I think I'm going to try and loan him out this season. I'm going to have to do it. But I've said before, this is why I really believe that loaning your players out is better for your growth than throwing them into the deep end. Because the growth just takes so long to occur. Whereas players out on loan can grow quicker at teams where they're not playing at a higher level. Just because of the fact they're not getting any injuries. They don't get injured out on loan. And also, they often have like a spike in their growth as well. Tom Roberts spent 2 years playing for Heidenheim in the 2 Liga. That has seen him have quicker growth than Nathan Mason playing Champions League football and helping us win the FA Cup in the Premier League. It's unbelievable, man. EA really need to work on their growth. But just running through the team here. I'm excited about the new season. I'm excited about it. But again, the key for me is signing a superstar on that left-hand side. That's our number one goal this year. With several players with their deals that come the end of the year. I'd say a few players are locked for new contracts, including a few of the youngsters. Obviously, Tom Roberts, we're definitely going to extend that contract there. Nathan Mason looked like the original new Gareth Bale. Now Tom might have taken his place. Definitely want to give that young Irish winger James Morrissey a new deal. He's impressed out on loan at Ashton Gate with Bristol City as well. Marek Rodak as well, because he's homegrown. I like him as a backup for Lance Knight. But to be fair, for Trey and Ben, I'll try and extend the contracts and keep them on rotation squad roles. But if they don't accept that, they might have to go. So definitely 3 new contracts, possibly 4 or 5. But I guess it all depends on the squad role of those players. If they agree a less than first team squad role, then I'll keep them. Otherwise, I feel like I'll be forced to sell because they're not going to get enough minutes to stay happy. Yeah, to me, it's a big problem. You could have players playing in like the Icelandic 5th tier, and they could still grow quicker than players that are, scoring goals in Champions League quarterfinals, for example. Like it's just so frustrating. It really, really is. EA have got to work on their growth. But heading into the new season with our monster budget, I said we need to bring in a superstar. And whilst I know I did re-sign him in my Liverpool stint in my realistic career mode, I'm sorry, but it's a match made in heaven. With Fulham, the academy grads they've had, we've brought back a couple of them, but there is not a better time than now to re-sign Harvey Elliott. Moving on from Fulham to Liverpool at such a young age, great loan spell at Blackburn. In the save has moved on to Lille, but last season Lille finished in 7th, outside of European football altogether. I think it was written in the stars he was going to come back at some point, and there's never been a better time than now. Harvey, after all the years, it's time to return to where it all began in West London. I'm bringing him back. Yeah, I mean, I hope you don't mind me going against what I've been trying to do this year, which is signing players that I've had limited experience with or haven't used before. In this case, I am making an exception, and hopefully you guys can forgive me. But ultimately, it just makes perfect sense. You know, Harvey Elliott, out of the Fulham Academy. He actually, funny enough, he made his debut for Fulham, became the youngest player, I believe, in club history. I wonder if they want Adama Traore out of contract come the end of the season. And he actually made his debut against my team, Millwall, at the Den. He was literally only just turned 15 at the time. But yeah, what a player. And honestly, man, like I know this goes against what I've been trying to do this year, but I think I've done a brilliant job of signing players that I've had no experience with this year or barely used. To be fair with Elliott, we signed him in our final season with Liverpool, and we didn't actually use him that much either, really. But yeah, in this case, it just makes perfect sense. It's a match made in heaven, and right now I'm trying to rediscover my faith. So for 60 mil, no, Lille are trying to hold us to ransom here, but to be fair, based on the way he's progressed within the save, I can see why. 63.5 mil, still they say no. And I'm going to try and get it for 70 mil, but I don't want to have to pay any more than that, because I still want loads of money to work with to bring a new left back as well. My goodness, Lille are not budging here. 72 mil, final bid, guys. 72 mil, they'll say yeah. New club record transfer to re-sign an academy product. Harvey Elliott, after all the years, is returning to Craven Cottage. If you look at some of Fulham's academy graduates in recent years, it's proof they've got a decent academy. Ryan Sessegnon and Fabio Carvalho have looked pretty solid, moving on to traditional top 6 Premier League sides, but this guy is definitely the best of the bunch, no doubt about it. Signing for Liverpool at such a young age, having a great loan spell at Ewood Park. Still hasn't got an England cap yet in real life, but I don't think it'll be long before he gets his first, possibly sometime after the Euros. But in this save, moving on to Lille in France, last year they had a really poor season in Ligue 1, finishing in 7th place and missing out on European football altogether. And this guy is far too good not to be playing in Europe of some sort, especially in my opinion, the Champions League. Now, his rating in the prime of his career. So welcome back for a club record fee on a 5-year deal. Buzzing with this. Harvey Elliott, yep, 24 years old, so approaching the prime and still getting better now as well. And when you look at the guy's stats here, we know that Harvey Elliott has just got such great ball control, excellent dribble of the ball, fantastic agility and balance, and because of that as well, I think that suits him to the wing too. Whilst going through the middle is probably where he's at his best. In this team, Pablo Torre had a brilliant season last year, so with that being the case, I see him as either a left midfielder in this team or cutting in from the flank on the right-hand side. 1 to 2 to begin with will make him a right winger, improving the pace and the finishing. And as soon as he completes that position change, we'll then put on a support winger development plan and get his defensive work rate up from medium to high. You know, that's important for me. Club record signing, we've brought him back. I simply had to do it. Welcome back to Craven Cottage, Harvey. You're back where you belong, son. By the way, for those curious on who technically counts as homegrown now, 22 years and older, Marek Rodak, Ryan Sessegnon, Harvey Elliott, Luke Harris and Jay Stansfield now. So there's 5 players there, and I do believe Lance will turn 22 during the season, so he'll also add to that as well. But yeah, we got enough. We got enough of the homegrown rules. But also, this is an interesting one. Werder Bremen putting in a bid for Kristovic. Last season, tough year for us. Only 2 goals all season long. I did say I wasn't against selling him, just having Stansfield for the bench. But now that we've let Woodrow go on a free, Jay will probably be emergency striker now, so I'm going to keep Nicola for 1 more season. He's only had 1 year here. Hasn't asked to leave. I think I'll give him 1 more. That's an interesting one. Juve putting in a bid for Ethan Pearce, who's just come back from his loan spell at Darmstadt. Haven't offered him a contract yet. Wouldn't be against selling, to be honest. 20 years old, 76 overall, and he's like 5th choice centre-half here. I'll think about that one. But to be honest, I'd rather sell Bobby Thomas, who's several years older, and try and let him go instead. But we have seen Monaco put a bid in for our left-back at the academy, Zach Thompson, and West Ham put in a bid for Traore. Now, I did say I think he's played his final year for us. He's been with us since the very beginning, one of the rare OGs. In fact, is he the only OG? No, Harris stands. We've got a few actually, but West Ham put in the bid him. I'm not even going to negotiate and possibly see West Ham walk out. Adama, I think he deserved first team football in the final few years. He's on his way to West Ham. I'm accepting that straight off the bat. And Sociedad put in the same bid as well. So if he wants to go back to Spain, I'll let him choose there. His choice, either going to the Basque region or staying within London. And in the end, he's turned down West Ham. So in that case, he is going to go to Real Sociedad. How about that? Doesn't want to stay in London, but he wants to go to Sociedad instead. Fair enough. And there we go. After several years here at Craven Cottage, I loved him for the squad, even after he lost his first team place. But in the final year of his contract, we knew as soon as Harvey Elliott took his number, he was on his way out the door. And in the end, he's called time on his time in London and is off to Real Sociedad back in his native Spain instead. Fair play though, we'll always have a soft spot for Adama Traore. Such a fun player to use, but now going to play his final years back in Spain. Thank you for the service and farewell, Adama Traore. Oh, and totally forgot about that. The Ethan Pierce deal. Sorry, bro, I just stopped you going to Turin because I forgot all about it. Whoops. But there is this is a really interesting one. Liverpool have a loan bid for Krstovic. I mean, I wouldn't be against letting him go permanently there, but not on loan. I might as well keep him. He's 27 now. So yeah, I'd rather just keep him anyway, really. And that is an interesting one. Magpies were a bid for Brian Heel. I did say I wasn't going to get against selling him for this year, due to the fact that obviously last season he had quite a poor season for us, his first year with us. But Newcastle aren't a European side right now, they're mid-table. I think if I was going to sell him somewhere, it'll be back to his native Spain or to another European side. I'll think about that. I'll think about that. There's so much money to work with, but other than the left back, I don't really know what else to do. I've got my eyes on a couple of left backs. I might just make the signing now, to be honest. And speaking of Newcastle, well, they have one of the most common young left backs you can buy in this year's CM. And I must say, I'm incredibly tempted to go for him as well. I haven't used him yet, but his stats are unbelievable, man. Rapid, high stamina, but it's technically where this guy really excels. 88 crossing on a left back. That into Thijs de Linge would be unbelievable, with 85 short pass as well. But there is also Ian Martin, who I'm so desperate to use. I haven't used him yet. But because of his connection to Chelsea and Marseille are a European side right now, I might just leave him where he is at the Stade Velodrome. Yeah, I think because of his connection to Chelsea, I think I might leave him where he is. But Fabiano Parisi, haven't used him in this year's FC yet, but I know he's a very common signing. But, like with Bino Gittins last year, I haven't had him yet. And I'd love to give him a go for the first time ever. And that 88 crossing is so tempting with Thijs de Linge's aerial prowess. Newcastle last year, mid-table. This guy's more than good enough for the Champions League. I'm bringing him in. He's a good player, Ian Martin. I've watched him play a few times before. Particularly for Coventry, but he's one of those sort of players who has so much promise. And I mean, Chelsea have always had a great record of young players that they've either brought in at a young age or just developed through the Cobham Academy themselves. And so many of them, I wouldn't say slip through the cracks, but they do let them go. I hope Maatsen in the end comes back from Borussia Dortmund and gets the game time he'd want next year under Maresca. But I wonder if Newcastle would want Tavares. I wonder if they want Tavares, because we're not going to keep Sessegnon and Tavares. Sessegnon signed a contract last year. He's a rating higher than Tavares and the same age. I'm actually going to ask if Newcastle want Nuno Tavares plus let's say 40 million pounds. I think to me that would be a good deal for all four parties involved. Yet they do want Nuno and not much more money as well. This works well for all parties. Nuno will get first team football at St James's Park. They're getting a quality little player. We're getting a better player that's good enough for the Champions League, and Newcastle are getting a lot of money, and Fabiano gets to play back in Europe's Premier competition. This literally works for all parties here. I love it when a transfer works literally for every single person involved. But I'll tell you what I'm getting. Oh man, it's like AI clubs know that I've got the money to spend. They are holding me to ransom right now. 45 mil plus Nuno Tavares, and Eddie Howe eventually accepts it. Fabiano in, Nuno out, but a deal that works for everyone involved. Our goal for this season was to improve our left side pairing. We've done that in a week. Yep, a fantastic start to the transfer window, splashing that cash on a couple of superstars, and they both fit this team like an absolute glove. I don't think I've used them before more in FC/FIFA. Certainly not in this year's FC regardless, but so happy to have him in for the first time. And whilst he might have taken the number 29 initially, he wears 65 throughout his career in real life. Don't know the significance, but that's what he'll wear here as well. But coming in on a 5-year, 125 grand a week salary, making him the highest earner here at Fulham Football Club. I think Ty Stillinger should match that salary and have a match highest earner clause, because he definitely deserves to be on the same salary as our new left back coming in from Newcastle. Welcome to Craven Cottage, Fabiano Parisi. Yeah, really excited to give him a go again. I think for the first time ever, I think. And at 26 years old, still getting better as well. I want to get the defense to work rate from medium to high. I want to get the strength into the to the 80s as well. But really, there's green everywhere, man. You love to see it. So yeah, Fabiano in, and again, still getting better. What a signing this is, man. He and Harvey Elliott coming in. This is what you're looking for. Superstars to take us to the next level. And these two definitely do. Yeah, solid bit of business that. Not only getting Parisi, but Tavares going to soften the transfer fee. That's really good business stat from us. And again, there's still plenty of money to work with. So we're not done for signings yet, despite the two big incomings here. I am still thinking about a centre-half. I am still thinking last year we conceded quite a few silly goals. Maybe selling one of Teden or Bobby and then dropping Taylor to the bench and bringing in a world-class CB. Possibly. I don't know. We'll advance a few days in the calendar and see how we're looking. Brian had put a bid in for our Icelandic striker, Peterson. But I'd rather loan him out, to be honest here, if possible. Don't know what to do about Brian Heel. I mean, I don't want to give up on him yet, but I don't know. It wasn't great last year. Wasn't great. We've got Morrissey coming back. We've got Tom Roberts coming back. I don't know if we're going to need him this year, but there is one departure. That's that Canadian centre-half, Luke, leaving on loan with a loan-to-buy deal there as well. So we've got so many players in the squad, though. We need to thin the squad out a little bit as well. I'm all for having squad depth, but not to the point where I can't remember who's even part of the club at the moment. And we do see that one of our targets has just been approached by the champions, Man City. That is frustrating, because I don't think I've used Samakin yet this year, but Man City putting a bid in. And when the champions of England come calling, it's hard to say no. Benfica want to take Luke Harris on loan. Interesting one, but I'd rather keep him for the squad and the homegrown standings. But also Sheffield United want Kean Best on loan. Totally fine with that. He's third choice left back here. Doesn't really play. And I don't mind loaning him out. I'm keeping Brian here. I like him. I know he only got me one goal last year. I'm not ready to give up. He just needs an arm around his shoulder. Look at his face when he lifts his head back up. See, he's putting his head down because he's got no confidence. Brian, you just need someone that believes in you. I believe in you. I mean, I know I've signed someone to take your place, but So what do you do, Doxy boy? Oh, Brian. I'm not ready to give up on the kid yet. Not yet. And another bid for Ethan Pearce. This time our former team, FC Cologne. Look, if someone's going to go at centre-half, I think it should be Teden or Bobby, because this guy's only 20 and out of the academy as well, so I'm turning that down. But, yeah, other than loaning some squad players out and some young players now, I think we're probably done. The only thing I was considering is possibly selling one of Brian or Cesar. If a bid comes in for the Mexican, I'll consider it, but for now, I think we're done. With under 100 mil, we still make a sign him. As we see Kean Best go out on loan to Sheffield United. Don't mind that bid there. As that should hopefully help him continue to develop Bramwell Lane. Also, there's a bit for Josh Eccles, speaking of squad fullbacks here from Nottingham Forest. But I like him. Like, he literally only plays garbage time minutes. But you look at the list of positions there. This dude has played in practically every position but goalkeeper for me, man. It's just what everyone needs a utility player, man. Everyone needs a utility player. Just fills in wherever you ask them to. We got a couple of weeks for the first game of the season against Man City in the Community Shield, but really I'm kind of done for transfers now. Bids coming in for a couple of our youngsters here. Aston Villa want Ben Morrison. Hasn't really developed since he came back from Copenhagen, so I'm totally fine with him out of contract coming in the end of the season. Lots of bids for Ethan Pearce, this time from Las Palmas, but again, if we do sell Bobby Thomas or Ted Menji, I'd like to keep him. I'm ready for Community Shield. I'm ready for it. And Nice want Pablo Torre, as West Ham also put in a bid for Ben Morrison. Totally fine with that. He can decide whether he wants to go to Villa Park or stay within London. We've had so many bids from West Ham in this save believe it's crazy. But obviously Pablo going nowhere. Last year, obviously that FA Cup final performance made up for an average season alone. It was pretty mediocre for the most part, I'm not going to lie. He showed flashes of brilliance, but it was the FA Cup final where he excelled, man. The dude was unbelievable and literally unplayable in that. Fiorentina want Ethan Pierce. So many wins for Pierce, but none for Bobby Thomas or Tennant. That is just absolutely typical. And Spurs do want to make Tom Roberts the next Gareth Bale. As Palace also want. This is crazy. All the bids for the young Welshman, but I like the look of him. Spurs putting in a bid for Tom Roberts. But no, I hate to say it, but Nathan Mason, he's going to get loaned out this year, so Tom is probably going to take his spot as our backup Welsh left winger. So yeah, they're going to have to look elsewhere for the next Gareth Bale, Spurs. I know they won the Champions League last year, but Tom is not going, as he's not played a professional game for me yet. Man, oh man, the bids we're getting for Ethan Pierce, this is unbelievable. We've had about 6 offers in 4 weeks. So, as we see Morrison accept a contract from West Ham, he's going to stay over in London but go to the Hammers. Totally fine with that, as he's not going to play this season. There is yet another bid for Ethan Pierce. Chelsea want to make it the next Tosin Adarabioyo, leaving from Fulham to Stamford Bridge, but last year's FA Cup final runners-up to Fulham are not going to take him. No. What is going on with the bids for Ethan? I'm blocking the offers, man. I'm keeping him here. I like him. But there is an academy update. Just a one player in the youth team now. That is the Northern Irish centre-forward, Niall Duggan. Am I going to send my scouts out again this year? Because we're now into our 5th season. I often say that there comes a point in an RTG, there comes a point in a save where you've been going for so long that if you now start to look for players to bring into your youth academy, they would need to be literal well beaters at an early age in order to make it. I mean, we're 5 seasons in now. Is there any point? Can we pick up anyone that's going to make it now? I'm not too sure. How many seasons we got left? 2? 3 at a max? I don't think there's any point now. Oh, by the way, for those curious, the wingers that we had out of the academy out on loan the past 2 years have both come back with potential to be special. So that is why I'm not letting them go. They are exciting me a lot. I don't know who to loan out. One should be loaned out, either Morrissey or Roberts. I think Roberts, because he's better rated already. But if he continues to develop the way he has, this dude's going to be a superstar. He's already a bit of a superstar now, really. It's just that we've got Huerta, we've got Brian, we've got Jamie, we've got Harvey who's just come in. Nathan is still here, lest we forget as well. Who do I loan out? Tom or James? I'm going to loan out Tom. I don't want to loan out Nathan. I really don't. I mean, I know he's had a potential downgrade, but I don't want to loan him out. I can't do it. He's my kid. I can't loan him out. I want to keep him here. To be fair, I actually quite like this offer. Just turned down a bid here for our left-back Thompson from Aston Villa, but Real Batiste wanting Sean King, the young Irish winger. He's not as good as Morrissey, the other Irish winger, and Batiste last year won the Europa League, so they're going to the Champions League. And don't forget, Sean just spent the last 2 years playing in Ireland. Playing in Spain, as a young Irishman. And we've got Morrissey, who's better. I actually don't mind that, to be fair. Would have picked up Spanish whilst he's been out on loan at Cadiz. Batiste again, going into the Champions League. I quite like that. I actually quite like that, to be fair. I'll let him go there. I'll let him go, because we're not going to... I'm not letting go of Mason. I'm keeping Mason here, man. I love the kid too much. If we can get 15 mil, just do a market valuation. Okay, fair enough, 14.7. He's out of contract coming the end of the season. And we got too many wingers here anyway. We're overloaded on the wing. I don't mind that. I'm okay letting him go to Batiste. And I quite like that as well. Newcastle want to take Tom Roberts on loan. That's quite cool, that. They wanted Brian. We said no. But a mid-table side, that'll do in the world of good there. A year or 2 in the North East. I like that. I think that'll work brilliantly there. I like that. I like that move a lot. You know, when a loan deal comes in and it just makes sense, I really like that. But that's Sean gone to Batiste. In the end, didn't play a professional minute for us. But again, I quite like that. Won the Europa League last year, going into the Champions League, would speak Spanish after 2 years out on loan at Cadiz, La Liga experience already, and overloaded on a wing here. I really like that sale. I think that's a bit of a cool one. I like that. Right, let's go. First game of the season. Heading into this Community Shield against Man City. Obviously, it is a glorified friendly, but it's still technically a minor honour, and thus I'd like to win it and start off with a victory, getting one over last year's Premier League champions. Yep, would be great to start off with a victory. Not too disappointed if we don't. We will give Davies to Parisi and Elliott, and most importantly, Don't want to see any players get injured in the Community Shield. Come on, that's the most important thing. First game of the season, Community Shield against last year's Premier League winners. Come on, Fulham. We've had so many injuries since this save began, which again I like. I always feel like I need to clarify this. Like when sometimes you hear me go, oh, you broken toe, classic career mode injury. I feel like I need to clarify. I like getting injuries. It adds to the realism. It adds to the challenge. Maybe not always a broken toe, but even so, it adds to the realism. So I don't mind it. Oh, that should have been 1-0. But I can't stand an injury in a game which is almost meaningless. So yeah, as long as no one gets injured today, I don't really mind too much on the outcome here. Yes, we worked it out that it's 6 league titles in the past 7 years if you continue on from the save for Man City. Oh, Delinga space. Torre. Oh, he loves playing at Wembley, as does this guy. Jamie! Oh, fires it off target. The dominance they've had is just incredible. Continuing on in the save as well. I said I don't really know what it's going to take for us to be able to compete with them. But I do think we'll have a better chance this year. The past 2 years, we flew out the blocks starting the season off, and then we fell off. I think this year, if we do fly out the blocks, we've got a better chance of maintaining it. Just because we've got more quality and depth, and in general, more first-team quality as well, especially with the new signings of Parisi and Harvey Elliott as well. Not going to say we're going to best Man City this year. They're still clear fairies for the title. They're just head and shoulders above everyone in the Premier League right now. But I think we can challenge them this year. First title race this year. That's what I want. I want to be involved. Yeah, we don't need to win. Like, we don't have to win the championship for us to call it a good season. What we do need, as Delinga is denied, is to just be in with a chance. You know, just give me a chance. I'm not saying we have to win it, but I just want to be in contention, you know. Oh, what a header. I just want people to take Fulham seriously as a threat. That's all I want. Just take us seriously. And we will be taken seriously if this guy continues his good form on from last year. Player of the season, second in assists, Golden Boot winner, and Fulham legend. I'm calling him a legend already, after leading us to our first of a major honour. Might have been poor at Wembley in the FA Cup final last year, but he's open to scoring a Community Shield here. Ty Delinga heads us in front. With all the injury problems we've had throughout the save, as Lance makes a really smart save there at the near post. An injury to... is that Gaza? No way! Man City got Gaza. Is that Gaza? That's Gaza, isn't it? Oh, listen, I know that Argentine's face in my sleep. Listen, I could be blind, and I would still be able to trace his face through memory alone. You don't forget a face like that. Goodness gracious. Never have I ever come across a sexier Argentine, and I spent 2 weeks in Buenos Aires last year. Erling Haaland has just scored an absolutely sensational goal though. Man, oh man. Doxy boy took his eyes off the prize, couldn't keep his eyes off Paolo, and that was a secret weapon from Pep Guardiola. Why bring him out? Why bring Gaza out to warm up? What's he going to do, replace Edison? No, he's here to distract the Fulham players and the Fulham manager as well. Nothing I can do about that though. That's an incredible goal from Haaland. It's just Erling Haaland things. Oh, don't capitulate, Doxy, son. As Man City find their leveller. I feel like I have to say that because some people won't understand the reference. But basically, oh, that go in? No! Ref's watch doesn't buzz and Delinga hits the crossbar, but it doesn't cross the line. Gaza was like one of my original heroes, basically, back in FIFA 13. And thus, he'll always be regarded as a legend for me. Can't believe that stayed out. How did that stay out? Oh, what a chance. Couto! Blocked by Dominguez, our former player. What a Community Shield. Don't tell me that these teams don't want to win this though. Last year's FA Cup winners and Premier League winners. Don't tell these teams a glorified friendly. There's bad blood between the two of these sides, both really going for it. Don't forget we beat Man City in the semis here last year, so they're looking for revenge here. This has been a class Community Shield, and there's not many class Community Shields I can remember in history, but this has been a good nitter. City looking to win it as well late on. Oh, if Dominguez does it, that's going to be heartbreaking night with the save. And I think he might have just forced penalties with that save. I want to see it on the Oh, no, it definitely didn't. I was going to say, I thought for a second it might have crossed the line, but no, I don't even need a goal decision system there. Correct call. So that is probably going to do it. And to be fair, what a great Community Shield this was as Ruben Diaz heads the final touch of the game over and behind for a goal kick. Though he won't take it, we'll go straight to pens. I have to say, that was a class game, man. Don't tell these two teams there's nothing at stake and this is a glorified friendly. Both teams want this. And I'm sure the penalties will be dramatic as well. That was fun to play, man. I really enjoyed that. Right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm having Lance take one of the penalties, though. I'm having Lance take one of the penalties. Why not? Why not? But I know Gittins should really be taking one as well. I wish, for you might notice that it's always on order of penalty stat, but the finishing should still play a part. Jamie and Gabriel should want to get involved here, really. I think I'll have Gabriel at 6 then in that case. I want Lance to be involved there. I really do. I want to give the kid a go for the spot kicks, man. Turn into a Manuel Neuer-esque penalty if you can. Right, here we go then, penalties. Tice take the first one. I back Tice every day of the week, so I feel incredibly confident here. We should be going up 1-0 from the first. Never in doubt. Erling Haaland sends Knight the wrong way. Man, that was never in doubt either. Oh, he stared him down there. Erling Haaland, man, is just ridiculous. You know, like, I swear, every time I face Man City, he gets a goal against me, man. He's just that good. As Pablo Torres denied. Yeah, he's had his token Wembley appearance where he was brilliant. As Foden smashes one down the middle, we probably won't see it again. Harvey on his debut needs to score, really. I feel if you miss 2 in a row in a shootout, you're always in trouble. Harvey does, but we need a save, Lance. I need it. Oh, it's Ederson! Ederson's taking it! Oh, Lance with the save! What a brilliant game this has been. Right, Jamie, rarely change corners when I've scored that side. God, Jamie. Yes, come on, son. Matheus Nunes. Oh, straight down the middle. And that's going to be... Here's Lance now. Oh, no, I should have done Lance. Oh, no. Oh, no, I don't know. I want to get down the middle. I very rarely get down the middle. I'm going to go down the middle. I very rarely get down the middle. But I feel like the situation befits it. Oh, yes, son. Come on. What a brilliant season opening this has been. Kubo, the Japanese international, must score. Otherwise, it's Fulham's. It's not. It's right in the bottom corner and it goes suddenly. What a great thing this has been here. Gabriel Sari, next man. Go on, Gabe. Go on, Gabe. Go on, Gabe. You're a big dog, son. This has been so fun. This could go all the way, though. But both teams have taken their penalties already. Ederson missed his. And Lance scored his. Rodri next up. I've got a feeling they're going that side again, though, you know. I've got to say, I don't feel confident with the captain. I hate to say it, but I don't feel confident with the skipper. I really don't. Oh, that's a lot of power, that. Bangs it in, though. This is a brilliant shootout. Surely they're changing it this time. Alphonso Davies. Surely Man City are going to the opposite side. I bet. Hold on. No. Oh. Okay. Fabiano. On his debut. You don't want to start off by being the guy that misses the penalty in your debut. There we go. It has been brilliant, honestly. Oh, please. Oh, I'd love it. I would love it if Nicholas Dominguez has it denied by Lance. I reckon they're changing it this time, though. Surely. Logical! This is getting ridiculous now, honestly. Mats Vifa. Very consistent in this team. Sends Ederson the wrong way. Are we going to see a miss? We had 2 misses in the shootout. Ederson for Man City, Pablo Torre for us. But other than that, it's been perfect. Sumakan. Oh, this is getting ridiculous now. I've done 3 times. 3 times. I've done that. Jan, come on, bro. I don't feel confident with Jan, though, I'll be honest here. Don't feel confident with Jan. Felt confident with Mats, but not with Jan. But he says, no, I'll still score. This is getting ridiculous now. Someone's got to miss. Surely Ruben Diaz next man up. I think we're going round. I think after this we go round, don't we? Who's missing? Oh, no, we've got one more after this because Teden for us. This is ridiculous, honestly. Yep, Teden, last man up. And it's always pressure. Because you don't expect to get to this stage. You really don't. You would have thought by now it's over. But instead it continues. Teden from the spot is denied. And I think that will probably do it. Ridiculously long shootout. Full of drama. But I think this will probably do it. I've gone the right way. Oh, that's just stupid. Four times, honestly. I go the right way, and I still don't get gloves on it. This is what's... See, when I say my penalty record is bad, this is one of the reasons why I don't miss that many. But it's save... I can't save penalties this year. Keepers... Oh, look at that. That's ridiculous. It's so harsh to blame the keeper when he doesn't save a penalty. But A, why did Lance take so long to dive when I'd already flicked the stick before the penalty even been taken? And secondly, how are you not getting anything on 4 penalties you dived the right way for? Unbelievable. Man City Community Shield winners. Great game. Bizarre penalty shootout. But it ends with Man City lifting the trophy and starting off with a win. That was absolute... Lance, we love you, bro. How did you not save any of those 4 pens there? That was crazy. Hang on, what? I just said we won the shootout there. And it says if Fulham win on pens after astonishing drama. We didn't win, we lost. We lost. Because Lance looks at the ball but doesn't want to touch it. How? What? Does that... Surely that's not going to say we... This game... We've been awarded the Community Shield even though we didn't technically win it. Unbelievable. But fitting for a chaotic season opener that we get a ridiculous bug like that. But that will do it for today's episode of the Premier League Career, guys. Move past it. We know we lost it. Have a great day. Much love. And we'll see you for the next episode very soon where we'll kick the new Premier League season off. It was Bristol City that won the playoffs then, so we'll take them on the opening day. We'll have the draw for the Champions League group stage. And we're still just shy of 100 million in the budget. And 2 weeks to go before the window slams shut. I still think I might make 1 or 2 more signs as well. What a bizarre season open. Have a great day, guys. Much love. And I'll see you for the next episode of the Premier League Career Mode very soon. Do I get a winner's medal for that?